to my dear friends in Jewish communities around the globe. Anne and my family join me in wishing you and yours a Lashana Tova, a Happy New Year. As we enter into the Judaic calendar year of 5773 and ask God to put us into His book of life for the coming year, I want you to think about a few things that might bring clarity to the election this November that can and will impact your lives. I'm sure you are asking yourself the same question I ask myself every day. President Obama, where have you been the last 4 years? While our dear friend and ally Bibi Netanyahu is facing an inevitable attack, and he wants to discuss all options with you, you make time for fancy fundraisers and TV shows like The View and David Letterman, but you make no time for him. Where are your priorities? My oldest friend's grandmother, who as children we referred to as Baba, once told me in Yiddish, Sit Kandela, I want you to remember that the enemy of your enemy is your friend. And now, 40 years later, I understand what she meant. I have also come to learn from her, and from meeting with my close friend Bibi, that a friend of my enemy is my enemy too. Of course, we can't expect Obama to understand something so profound. Remember, he hasn't visited Israel since he took office. Maybe he doesn't want his friends in Hamas or Hezbollah to feel betrayed. After all, he once said in his speech he was a Muslim. So you tell me. My friends, actions speak louder than words. How can we trust someone who is so quick to help the Muslim Brotherhood? Make no mistake about it, these people are not lovers of Israel. In fact, they don't look like lovers at all. From where I sit, they look like killers. What do you think? At a moment's notice, if given the opportunity, they would rather annihilate the Jewish people from the earth before sitting down at peace talks. Our President, Barack Obama, has already given them $1.5 billion. That's right, $1.5 billion of your hard-earned tax dollars to support your enemies, our enemies in the Middle East. With the economy struggling and the U.S. borrowing money from China to make ends meet, he throws $1.5 billion to these terrorists. And with the help of Iran and Syria, Jordan and Lebanon right behind, how much more time do you think is needed before they succeed? Obama knows Iran is sending arms to Syria. Since Iran has already announced their desire to see Israel wiped off the face of the earth, why don't you stop this, Mr. President? Bibi said it best. In all of the meetings we've had, he couldn't be clearer when he said, if the Palestinians put down their guns, there would be peace. If the Israelis put down their guns, there would be no Israel. They don't leave anybody much of a choice, do they? Israel, the land of milk and honey. Sounds like a place Obama would like to see his Palestinian friends grow up in. So what does he have to say to the Israelis? Move back to the 67 borders. Move back to the 67 borders? Has he lost his mind? Everyone knows if Israel went back to these borders, they cannot protect themselves from what would be the inevitable, the fall of Israel. But this is the kind of rhetoric we've come to expect from Barack Obama. You know, the one that bows down to sultans. Just last week, Henry Kissinger said the way things are going now, Israel will be gone in 10 years. So as we venture into the year 5773, recall that God commanded Abraham to climb Mount Moriah to sacrifice Isaac. It's important to remember that God stopped him too. He wanted to make sure Abraham could be trusted. Well, my Jewish friends, you put Obama in office in 2008, and I think it should be clear to you by now that he cannot be trusted. So we need your help to stop him from sacrificing your liberty, your freedom, your happiness. And equally important, we need to stop Obama from sacrificing Israel. Come this November, there is much more riding on the line than just the election of a new president. The very lives of your relatives and ancestors are at stake here. Shalom, my friends.